YouTube, what up, man? It's your boy AD. I'm back here with another video. Now, I told you in the last video when we were talking, about what's been going on, what's coming for Black Ops 7 and things of that nature, that I wasn't going to probably leave a reaction to the multiplayer aspect of BO7. They did drop the video for Black Ops 7 Direct. I decided why not. I'm not going to look at the co-op campaign stuff, the regular campaign, the zombies, because that's not me. I'm not worried about that. My biggest focus is the multiplayer aspect of how the game is. So I'm gonna do a quick little watch through a little bits and pieces of what's there, what's not there, what we can expect with the HUD, things of that nature. So let's get right into it. And before we do, make sure to like up the video, subscribe if you haven't done so already. I try to upload as much as possible. Call of Duty, Battlefield, Delta Force, whatever it may be, that's what I'm into. That's what you're gonna get, man. Be sure to watch live on Twitch, twitch.tv/AyeDeon, and let's do the damn thing. So like I said, we just gonna look into this. We're gonna see what's really in there, because I haven't did like a full dive into what to expect for the multiplayer aspect of the game. I've been seeing some things on Twitter that people are cool with the game. There's a lot that is to be desired of the game, but again, we're only getting little bits and pieces. This isn't like full gameplay. Like the hands-on aspect of the game hasn't really been seen. This is more of the dev action, so we got to keep that in mind when we're going to react to this type of stuff.
I'm really pumped for all the new.
Now, like you can see, like I'm not worried about like the streak stuff. Cool.
5 setting.
We'll notice more about it. Now you just saw that is
5 setting.
the tax stance. I was kind of over that in MW. Was that MW 2 or 3? Kind of like whatever about it, but I understand if it has a place and a role in this. Cool.
This project.
Yeah, so we got a little firing range action there. The HUD, you got a little bit of the HUD too. So we got the gun placements. Like that's the field upgrade. Looks like this is streaks. Of course, the side HUD of the UAV here, minimap.
We'll have 30 new weapons available at launch, including 16 that players are seeing for the very first time in Call of Duty. It's always about...
So 16, so you have at least half of the guns we already know about, which, I mean, I don't think there's much of a difference out of that anyway. I think we were going to get that no matter what. I wonder what 14 is going to be that are the same. And like, I know there's like the M8A1, I think the PDW that we talked about, Peacekeeper. I wonder what other ones they got in there.
I want to make sure that they're all over the map in terms of the
like recoil. Like they gonna have no recoil at all.
Better than ever. We want to make sure that they're all over the map in terms of the classes.
With the game taking place 10 years after Black Ops 2, we've unleashed the team's creativity to deliver exciting new perks, attachments, equipment, field upgrades, and of course, a huge selection of score streaks to play with.
We're back in the Goliath, eh? My biggest thing is I hope they make it to where like some of these streaks and things of that nature, because I know they have the looper perk coming in, that it shouldn't take 8 years to like blow up something, right? Like 1-2 shots max for whatever, unless it's like something like super far in the air, then I'm like, okay, maybe like 2 or 3, but like it shouldn't take multiple like rockets to be shot at something and to take it out. That's just my thought.
With our new arsenal of gadgets, we're introducing a system we call overclocks, allowing players to progress and unlock increased capabilities for equipment, field upgrades, and score streaks. The overclock system puts even more agency and power into the hands of our players, allowing more customization of your gameplay experience than ever before. We're also expanding.
Okay, so overclock on like gadgets and things, and to me, that's very Infinite Warfare-esque, where you could like, was it Infinite Warfare or Advanced Warfare? Advanced Warfare. Because Advanced Warfare, I believe, is the one that had this system where you could like upgrade your score streaks. Like you could upgrade UAVs to like make them like orbits, and same thing with like precision airstrikes can go in certain directions. UAVs, you can make it to where it could also like show directions and stuff like an advanced UAV, where it was, or like the advanced UAV with quicker sweeps and stuff like that. So and to be able to do that with like grenades and like flashbang and stuff like that just seems kind of odd. I don't know.
Omni movement to include.
Like I don't know how that would work out. Like, do you make them have a bigger blast radius? Is there things different about it? Does it also work with specialists that they also go to hand in hand together with all the perks and stuff? So
New ways to outmaneuver and
wall
outstyle
bounce,
your opponents across the game,
which
including wall jump for new
pretty much
traversal
doing
capabilities.
that in Black Ops
We've also
3.
taken a close look at feedback and have made tuning adjustments across the board for a more controlled experience, including the removal of tactical sprint by default, with the ability to opt into that through our perk system. Now,
some people are kind of iffy when it came down to the attack sprint stuff because the attack sprint has become like a staple of movement. And if you look back here, that's the PDW right there, if I'm not mistaken. If you think about it, when it came down to the attack sprint stuff, it became such a thing with movement people on Warzone and things like that. Even in the multiplayer aspect now, or like getting around the maps, the slide cancels and things like that. You taking that out and making it into a perk, to me, just it'll make you wonder if people are even going to want to run it, or if people are just going to run a whole lot of specialists to just unlock all the perks anyways. But then you miss out on getting streaks. So you kind of have to have a give and take depending on what you decide to do. You're going to have people that may want to be movement kings, where they're using like the gung-ho perk, or they're using whatever attack sprint's going to be locked into, looper, anything that's to do with movement. And then you have to decide between that and then specialists. So, or just other standard like ghosts, cold-blooded, stuff like that.
You'll fight through covert guild facilities in Japan, revisit David Mason's childhood cabin in the Alaskan wilderness, infiltrate a remote tundra installation, and clash across a high-tech solar array in the Australian outback.
While still delivering the tight cover-to-cover combat that defines Black Ops. Each layout emphasizes clear lane definition, strong sightlines, and opportunities for creative flanking and positioning. Whether you're a run-and-gun player, a tactical defender, or someone who thrives and opportunities for creative flanking and positioning. Whether you're a run-and-gun player, a tactical defender, or
slow as ADS speed.
Someone who thrives on movement and momentum, there's something here for you
so
to learn,
back that,
adapt to, and dominate.
Because we're taking place after Black Ops 2, we've been able to revisit some of those spaces in reimagined ways, and Raid is definitely one of those that we thought was really important to bring back at launch. This is the Raid you know and love.
What we see here ain't gonna be the same, because most of us going to put that stuff
in a setting that's as
all down on low settings.
Deadly. We've got 16 exciting maps at launch, all 6v6. We're also hard at work crafting some of the most unique maps for post-launch, leaning all the way into the themes of Black Ops 7.
One of our new modes at launch is Skirmish, a large-scale
I've heard about
experience where
Skirmish.
teams battle it out
20v20.
Objectives.
It's active camo right there.
A big 20
so active camo,
large-scale maps, paired with an all-new mode to the series.
One of our new modes at launch is Skirmish, a large-scale experience where teams battle it out to complete objectives. It is a big 20 versus 20 size map,
if you notice
but
with this,
adding wings to complete objectives.
When he cuts it on, like you can still visibly see like the body's still there and things like that.
Battle it out to complete
when
objectives.
He starts shooting right here, it literally disappears. Like it's gone. Like you don't even see the body once you start shooting.
20 versus 20 size map, but adding wingsuit into
20v20
multiplayer changes the dynamics of it compared to just like a core 6v6 mode. This allows
to me, just go ahead and make Blackout. Make Blackout 2. Fuck Warzone. Get Blackout 2 back out there. Use the wingsuits. Call it a day. People gonna be on that shit because you could travel. I feel like so much better with the wingsuit versus trying to do a parachute the whole time. And you're doing it for pretty much the map that they're going to be using for Warzone and Avalon. Just go ahead and just switch it over. They probably will, just because it's easier to traverse around the maps and stuff like that. So I expect that to be a thing. I mean, just for the main thing out of what we're seeing with multiplayer stuff, like there's really only but so much that they're going to tell you, right? Like everything else is going to have to be, all right, you got to wait for the beta to kind of test everything out, which again, October 2nd, early access beta, we'll be live streaming that on Twitch, twitch.tv/AyeDeon. We'll also be live streaming it here. Like, why not, right? Just make sure y'all wherever y'all gonna be at, subscribe if you haven't done so too. But when it comes down to like doing multiplayer reveals, you really gotta wait till COD Next, right? Like wait until COD Next, which is usually right before the beta. I think the September 30th they're putting COD Next out there. Issue at that point is like trying to figure out where the gameplay will stand at that time. When you see it and actually see it in action with people like actual users playing versus the dev teams playing against bots and stuff like that, then you can really see where the game is going to go. Right off the rip, the HUD is very reminiscent of what we already got, minus like the bottom half of what the HUD was looking like. It was very reminiscent of, I want to say, Infinite Warfare type of HUD or Black Ops 3 type of HUD. I think it was probably the closest thing to it, which look, I'm not mad at by any means. I think there's bits and pieces of each game that works for the setting and the style of where they're headed right now, right? So if I'm thinking from a perspective of previous Black Ops titles that have worked, which is what they're pretty much doing, where they're taking things from Black Ops 2, looks like you got a bit of Black Ops 3, you're adding in bits and pieces of each reminiscent piece. And even like, I guess some of the good of BO6, like the body shields thing. The body shield concept is great. And for like content purposes, like if you're using like mics and stuff like that, like with the proximity chats, it can be great. It can be used relatively good for content. The issue is, and I've noticed, is if I'm shooting at somebody's head and they're yanked onto the body shield, right? And I'm trying to shoot the person to get them on my teammate, I'm literally shooting at their forehead and it only hits the teammate. They have to get the body hit registration better. Like you got to get the hit detection better of where I'm shooting at. And that's always been a problem when it came down to Call of Duty anyways. But with the body shield aspect of BO6, there's a lot that's wrong with BO6 that hopefully they don't decide, hey, we're going to keep this in here and then realize how bad it is. There's a lot of potential when it comes down to BO7. BO7 has potential to be a great Call of Duty because it's always that 2 to 3 year cycle in between games, right? Like we went from Modern Warfare 2019, then I think it was Cold War, which wasn't bad, and it just wasn't for me like that. And then you moved into MW2, ass. Then you had MW3, which was good. Then you moved to BO6. We know how that's been, and now we get BO7. And this is, everything looks like it's the upgraded version of BO6. And so everybody's going to say this is BO6 2.0 or Cold War 2.0, whatever the case may be. And it very well at this point might as well be, because apparently they worked hand in hand, like doing both iterations of the game of BO6 and BO7, like side by side, like saying, all right, we're going to start with BO6. This is going to be our starting point, and then we're going to build off of that while we already have this here. And apparently they've been working on this for 5 years because they knew what they were doing, like multiple titles at a time. I think it's a lot to be desired, but all we can do is sit and wait and hope for the best. And when it comes down to being a multiplayer creator or just a player that comes home and get on a game, you know, SBMM is about to be crazy. We know that for a fact. SBMM is going to be crazy. Ricochet probably ain't gonna do much of anything, but we're gonna see what happens now that they have it. Like as soon as you start the game up, it like launches onto your PC now, where it's like Ricochet anti-cheat is working. We'll see. Like the cheating problem is still a thing, and I think that's gonna remain true in any aspect of multiplayer games at this point, especially for shooters. And while everybody just says, "Oh, we'll just go play console," like. People talk about there's no cheating console yet. Everybody uses a Cronus or a Zim. So I mean, at the end of the day, you get in where you fit in. And if I'm only worried about a Cronus versus wall hacks, and people have started to figure out how to add like the mod fucking menus and shit on their screens on their consoles now, it doesn't really matter where you at, bro. Play where you gonna play it. Enjoy it how you gonna enjoy it. That's all I got to say about that, man. Appreciate y'all watching the video, man. Make sure to like it up. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Make sure to come follow twitch.tv/AyeDeon. More content on the way. I'll see y'all in the next video, man. Peace.